What a wonderful journal. What a beauty. Huge. Huge, amazing, and absolutely gorgeous. The most beautiful journal I've ever seen. It's not done by me, so if you want to learn more, stay tuned. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina. I have been gifted this one within a happy mail, which I recently received. And when I say happy mail, then this is not correct, because it was a very, very, very happy mail, because it was huge. There were so many things inside, and it was I was just blown away by all the goodies I received. And I received them from a lady named May. And she is the artist who made this journal. And as she doesn't have a YouTube video channel, I think you should learn a little bit more about this wonderful journal. I think, at least to my understanding, junk journaling originated in the English-speaking countries like the US or the UK. And also today, there are most of the artists or enthusiasts for junk journals are coming from these countries. So there are some more maybe in Eastern Europe, in Southern Europe, in some other countries, but that's not true. There is also a footstep in another country, which you probably would not have thought of. And this is the country May comes from. And this is Saudi Arabia. And I think it's wonderful that our craft, our hobby, is not only able to give joy to us and joy to others, but also helps to connect women, and it's mainly women who do these kind of things, women across the globe. And therefore I'm even more honored and pleased to be able to share this wonderful journal. And also I hope I do my best to give credit and do justice to all the wonderful things which May did in this journal. Having said that, and before we step inside it and go a little bit more into the details, may I ask the viewer of this video, please of course give a comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all the things. But if you don't mind, if you don't want to write a comment, would you just leave your flag of country of origin as a kind of a comment, so that we see who is connecting with us? Because I think, as I said, it's a hobby which can connect people across the globe. So, but now to the main theme, to this journal. I don't promise too much when I say it will be really an adventure, because this journal is full of surprises. It's not only full of surprises in terms of the way it has been done, the material which has been combined, the things which are inside, but there are so many hidden spaces, hidden places, and there is so much inspiration for all of us how to combine things, how to use different material and make things out of material at least I would never have thought of. So stay tuned, and if you want, dive with me into this adventure. So here we go. It also and already starts with this wonderful bow with a very pretty fabric in one of my beloved teal tones. So when I open it, so you can see the full beauty of the cover without being hidden behind a pretty bow. And what you can see already here is May has collaged different layers on top of each other. There are already on the cover, there are so many things to see and explore. Here there is a kind of an applique, there is some thread, here is very pretty fabric, this is also a bigger applique, there are some stamps from Canada. Hi Sarah, if you watch, probably you are the person who sent these stamps to me. There is another applique, and you already see some of her pretty coffee-dyed paper shining through this mesh. And then, of course, and I will talk about the tassel a little bit later. And then the background, look at this. Isn't this amazing? This fabric is just pure beauty. Love it, love it. And the tassel. I don't do tassels. And this tassel maybe inspires me to do one at one point in time because it's so pretty. And she has put so many things together, and it adds to the beauty of this already beautiful journal. The tassel is a wonderful thing. So let me put the bow aside and fasten your seatbelts. We go inside. So what you see here is that she had, as already on the cover page, she had combined different material and she had done different things. Here, for instance, this seems to be kind of a mesh or a cheesecloth, which she has painted with different colors. So it became a little bit hard, and it gives a nice focal point here. This is, of course, some lace pocket, and in this lace pocket there is a smaller journal which she has made from different kind of paper. I don't open it now, and it has this kind of a embossing, and there's another small element of decoration, namely a butterfly and some other things. And here she has done some nice pearls. This is sticky notes. I think it's a great idea. Why not to add something like this in a journal? And this is funny, some beads for flowers, to grow flowers. I don't know how to say. Anyway, it's from Italy, I think. At least it's made in Italy. Somewhere I read it. I think so. Nice flowers, which I could grow in the garden. So, and this journal also has a name, and the name is Sweet Coincidence, and it's number 50. So apparently May has done 50 journals already. Imagine. Here this is some fashion jewelry which she has turned into a kind of a belly band, and there is some ephemera behind it. This pocket here, apparently she has embroidered by putting together different pieces of fabric and making some fancy and, let's say, in the best sense, shabby stitches. Isn't this funny? And here there is a measurement. There, as I say, each time I look at it, I explore, I find something new. And looking at this page, you already get the first glimpse of her wonderful, out-of-the-world coffee-dyed paper. This is absolutely the best, and this is the back side. But when we turn, we will see more. But before we can see more, we have to have a look here. And she has turned the paper, has flipped the paper, put on some feathers, which she also had decorated with some stitches. And this is a dried flower. And this was the front side. When you turn it, then you see here she has done some decoupage from a napkin, and apparently these are owls, and maybe these, I don't know, are these owl feathers? I have no clue. So this looks like this. But I think the color scheme is so perfect. And here you see something written in Arabic, which, of course, it says horoscope. Horoscope. Oh, that's interesting. Nevertheless, I cannot read it, and I don't know what the horoscope says. And also I cannot read what May has written here. What she also does, and I love it, is she turns bags into pockets, and she further decorates them. And here you see she has put on some gesso and some trim, and she has these two clips with hearts, and it's a bag, and there is something inside, and inside it's a buttons card. So she had used this kind of a paper. I don't know where it stems from, because what May is doing is she is using material, scrap material, things in the best sense. She is using things which probably I would not use. Oh no, definitely I would not use, but it's just my own limitation. So she had used this kind of a paper for making a button card. I think it's a great idea, and this is something which we learn now, because this bag comes from a well-known fashion retailer, and apparently they are also present in Saudi Arabia. Here she did some painting with acrylic paint and some gesso, and it looks really wild and great. Of course, because she has a fable for, I think, because I don't know a lot of her, about her. I only know that she does junk journaling and that she is a very sweet and generous person. That's all I know. So I have to assume many things, and May, please forgive me if I make wrong assumptions. So I think she has a fable for fabrics, because she has added also this wonderful lace fabric, which has not only the lace borders, but also this really nice decoration in the middle, and you can use it like a window. So here this is a doily in gold, which I have never seen until now. I think it's great. Here again she did some embroidery and made some wild stitching, different kind of stitches, also some here some fringes over here, and this is the thing which comes around the yarn, and she has added this here as well. I think that's really funny. Here's some painting from her, because I realized, because she also had sent me a picture which she has painted. She is also a talented painter. So really pretty. Doilies, again some nice fabric, which she has mesh lace, which she had glued on some paper, and also made some further embroidery. And you can see it from the back side. She had stitched through this paper, which is apparently a kind of a comic. Yeah. This is this painting, this golden doily, this wonderful fabric. Look at this. This is pretty trim with a lot of fringes in very nice colors, and it perfectly matches the painting which she did here. So she had used this piece of craft paper and had glued it on here. So some dried flower. I think it's a nice combination with this advertising of from a fashion magazine, probably this model, and adding the dried flowers. Here she has made, and now you can have a look to her wonderful coffee dyed paper. She had used this coffee dyed paper with some pins to make a pocket, using some newspaper paper, and made a pocket out of it. And inside there's a tag, and I thought, oh, she has made a really nice tag, before I realized that she had used apparently a packaging from, I don't know what was inside, maybe some sticker or something like this, and had turned this into a tag. I think that's a great idea. And of course she did a lot of decoration and added nice things, and also you can see her pretty paper shining through. But initially I thought she had made the whole thing, but then I saw she had reused this packaging. Great idea. Here this is burlap, and typically burlap comes in, this brown tone like this one, but this one is in green, in this teal green, and I I'm not sure, maybe she had colored it and also did some nice embroidery with this flower. And here, this is again, as I said, this coffee dyed paper, and then you see a sticker with some comic girls. On the right side, I think that's a great idea. It's simple, but it's a great idea. She had used some paper and put some chiffon through it so that it gives some nice decoration. Definitely something I'm going to try out. Here, this is an envelope, and this is also a pocket. So let's see what is inside. This is dried flowers, which she had put in some plastic and had glued. That's really nice. That's really sweet. And of course the envelope is nicely decorated with some sticker and some fabric, and great. Oh, there's another envelope, and this envelope is sticked on with paper clips, and the paper clips are decorated with some beads. So let's open that. Okay, and there are 2 journaling cards inside. And it has been, and what I realize is that the paper she used, also the newspaper paper, is thicker than the one I'm used to. So maybe they have thicker paper in Saudi, because I was also surprised that this journal can hold all these heavy things. But it does. So this is again this pretty fabric. This is again her pretty drawing. Or is it stenciled? I don't know. Also the combination with just, magazine pages, which are a little bit decorated and added together in a wild decoration, in a wild form. I think it's great. That's really, as I said, it's an adventure. It's something to explore. Here you see this is apparently a kind of a comic. And the colors are so nice. This green matches here. And this red matches there. So perfect. A heart. I think this is a napkin. And there is a seahorse. Pretty paper. Coffee dyed paper. Coffee stenciled paper. And again, she had added something here. And it says, how many sides to this paper? And I think this is something which she made, and many of us might remember from childhood. This is a kind of a play which we played. And I don't know how to do it now, because maybe I made it wrong. Oops. You can flip it and turn it in different ways. Maybe I made something wrong. But anyway, this is the intention. Now I made it right. To turn it. Okay. Put it back. So. And a nice butterfly. Further decorated with some flower. Yeah, that's my page. That's really pretty. This is really pretty. Look at this, it's also green. Really pretty fabric with this gold and with this greenish mesh, and wonderful. And when you turn this, then you see this is also a very good idea to have this kind of cutouts and have it on top of this paper. And there is something which I haven't seen, so let's open it. It comes with this clip. Bow. Oh, how cute is that? Look at this. This is a very small, tiny booklet. So sweet. Nice decoration, nicely done. Put it back later. Wonderful. So, yeah, I don't know what this is. Probably this is, it looks, and we come to something like this in a bigger version later. It looks like being crocheted with cotton, and then she put on some dye, some color, so that it became really hard. Interesting. And here this is also some nice ornaments, also some further decoration with some lace. This is the heart, and the heart also carries some dried flowers, and the smiley. Again, these from a magazine pages. Here you have a glimpse into home decor, which I think is interesting to see what is being used. These wonderful paintings. Oops, pretty fabric. I also like the pictures of the women here. Also this and that. It gives an idea of what is being exposed, what is being shown. Very nice. And here there's a little belly band. And two little things inside. And something written, which I don't know what it means. Of course not. I had really to smile when I saw that. That's a muffin package. Why not? So you can use that and turn it into a pocket. And in this pocket, and she had made it a little bit smaller. And in this muffin package, there is a kind of a journaling card. And it says, "Celebrate what brought you here." How nice. Yeah, May is also a very talented painter, as I said, or drawer, and she drew this little bird, and it's also signed by her, May. See it here. And behind it there is also some further things. And she said, you can write your own secrets in these cards. Ah, yeah, look at this. Maybe these are cards for children's or collector's cards or so, I don't know. It looks very nice. And again, some embroidery over here, some, yeah, is this washi tape or so? I don't know. It looks very nice, very special. When you turn this, again, the page has been flipped, like we have seen in the beginning already. And here you see another feather. I love these feathers. They are so pretty and also being stitched on. And here this is gessoed and stenciled. I think it's a good idea. It looks very nice on this paper, on the back side of this paper. Very pretty. Here again some wild painting by her and also some gessoing. And those of you who have seen my channel or some videos, you know that I'm very much into matching colors, and the color scheme here is very nice. This matches this, and the green corresponds to that, and very nicely done. And the backside is also great because, yeah, and she has used apparently some packaging paper or something like this. So it's torn, it's wild, it's not, it has even a stamp. So as I said, reusing scrap material. She is really great in doing that. And this is also has some torn edges, torn pieces here. Perfect. Again, this pretty doily in gold. Looks like a children's book or children's, comic maybe. And there's a little girl, and she has a rucksack on her back, and apparently she is exploring the world. Maybe. So, doily. Love this. This is simple, but this is really nice. What she did is she had made some circles out of her pretty coffee-dyed paper and added some further flower as decoration. And this looks so pretty because the white and the coffee-dyed color, perfect. Again, some home decoration. This is also a wonderfully collaged paper. This is this is, I don't know what it is, but it has been decorated with this gold. It sits on some paper, several layers of paper. There is some satin. Here there is a card inside, and the whole thing is also put on a bag. And in this bag, oh, there are some nice stickers, princess stickers, cute. Something else? No. And this one definitely is packaging expired. Yeah, and yeah, it's put on here. I think it's great. It's like a tag. Wow. Look at this jewelry. Yeah. Okay. Again, coffee dyed, some heart decoration. Here doily, stenciling, heavily collaged paper. This is also very pretty. It has so many elements. So what you see here is a kind of a woman in the 19th, 20th century, 19th, in the 20th, 1920. Some lace or trim. Live for the moment, some collage, learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Wonderful. Breathe it all in, love it all out. Breathable cotton. Okay. And here you see there is some nice decoration. And I don't know, this is a kind of a how to say, tile. And it's really heavy, but it sticks and it holds. So as I said, the paper is relatively stable. It has been flipped, but still that it can hold it, it's amazing for me. And when she flipped this page, before she did, she made these circles, and that's also a great idea, because in each of the circles she has made something, she has put something in, and here she has even put this butterfly like he is about to come out. Great. And I assume, is this another drawing from her? I don't know. But it's a nice drawing from some birds. And wonderful trim over there. And this is what I mentioned before, this cotton doily. I assume it's cotton doily. And she had crochet cotton doily, and she had colored it. So it became really stable. And turned it into a pocket, and there are 2 journaling cards. And the spine has been further decorated with some nice charms. Yeah, another secret here, whatever it means. And again, these pretty feathers. I think that's such a great idea. I would love to know, are these feathers dyed or is this the original color? They are so bright in color that it's hard to believe that it's the original color, but maybe you know. Great idea. Doily, another bag, and there's a kind of a nice picture. And on the back side there's something from a book in English. And again, she used magazine paper to turn it into a pocket, into a side pocket. And this is great. I think it's so well in tune with the whole theme or the whole flavor of this journal. It's perfect. And inside she wrote, it's a vintage Saudi card. Isn't this nice? Secret time. And this one, I think that's so cool. It's really cool. You see, that's a pen, and it has been attached here. That's cool in itself. But the thing where it sits on, where it has been glued on, is made from flaps from envelopes. And she has turned them into a kind of a half round shape and made it like that. I think the idea isn't this great? I would never have come to such an idea. So, another doily and another glimpse into home decor. This is the girl we saw before in the comic. Doily. Wild painting, also some flower petals are still there. Great. Here, this is another collage. Is this the cover? I think that's the cover, probably. Yeah. And here again some decoration. And on the back side, she did another thing. She just attached this kind of a picture, and she attached it with this burlap and these holes here. And again, pretty paper there. And the last pocket, and in the last pocket again some more flowers. And this is also funny. Something you can open and just put something inside. I think it's so great. I've never seen anything like that. So, May, well done. This is so amazing. This is such a great adventure, and I really, really hope that I did do justice to all the great things you did. And to all the viewers, let us welcome May into our community of crafters. And thanks so much for joining us. And May, thank you so much for being so generous and for allowing me to make this video. To all the others who stayed with me till the end, I wish you a very nice day. I hope you stay safe and healthy. See you soon. Bye bye, Martina.